Hey, this is Samantha here from RecipeThis.com and the voice behind the popular Kitchen Gadgets podcast, Magic with Gadgets. Today I want to talk to you about my favourite feature of our new air fryer time and temp chart. If you've not got yourself a copy yet, then this is what it looks like, and it's absolutely amazing. And it features more than 275 different air fryer time and temps, which are based among the most popular air fryer food to cook. But that's not what I'm loving most about this time and temp chart. What I'm really loving is a section that we've made specially for you for this time and temp chart, because one of the biggest questions I get is when to flip, shake and spray. So we have symbols so that you know when to flip, shake and spray, as well as an introduction to what each of these mean. And in today's video, I want to go into greater detail about the flip, shake and spray so that you know when you need to do it. So when you take a closer look of our time and temp chart, what you'll notice is when you flip it over on its first page, that we have a section dedicated to flip, shake and spray. It's brilliant, and you can then see the coding for it so that you know when we recommend that you flip something, when we recommend to shake, and when we recommend to spray. And then, if you have a look through our time and temp chart, for example, you can see that the chicken goujons need a spray, the chicken legs need a flip, and the chunks of salmon need a shake. And this is just a key example here so that you've got your food type, you've got your time and temperature, and if you need to flip, shake and spray your food. And it's just a brilliant, easy reference for you so that when you're using the air fryer, you can quickly consult your time and temp chart for everything that you need to do with your air fryer. So you may ask, what is a flip, shake and spray? Well, a flip is all about flipping your food over, as in you cook it for so long one side and then you continue cooking it on the other. The easiest way to do this is to use some tongs, but note that we've got a silicone area on here, and these are fully silicone because you don't want to damage your air fryer. And typically you'll shake things where you feel like they need an even cook on each side. So for example, steak is a perfect example of this, as is something like chicken legs. And it's essential that you always turn your whole chickens in the air fryer for that amazing juicy chicken that everybody talks about. You know, so that's the idea behind the flip. And flipping the food in the air fryer is quite easy if you've got some tongs. Or when we're doing a whole chicken and we're flipping it, we'll often put a fork in the cavity because it makes it so easy to turn it. And then the shake is exactly how it sounds. Shaking the air fryer basket so that the chips don't become stuck together. And this is done a lot with potatoes. So for example, if I'm making some potato wedges, I sometimes find they stick together a bit. But you don't need to shake the air fryer every couple of minutes like some people tell you need to. Halfway through cooking, or if you feel like it needs it a little bit more, go for it. And then spraying, having a good spray bottle. And if you want crispy food, then you'll want to give the tops of them a spray because it can help with the crispy texture. So this is good again for the potatoes or anything you could think of in the air fryer where you're thinking, oh, that's not quite crispy enough for me, then you can add some extra olive oil spray. And then of course we recommend that you go with sprays that are quality olive oil, and avoid things like Frylight and Pam because they can damage your air fryer. So just remember that. This is a cheaper that I just picked up from Tesco's. They're not overly expensive, and for how long they last for spraying your food in the air fryer, they're well worth the money. So that's flip, shake and spray and how it equates, and of course you can see it in our time and temp chart. So let's put that into practice with a simple recipe of chicken and potatoes in the air fryer so you can see what we're really talking about here. So let's get started, shall we? And the reason why I've chosen this chicken and chips to show off in the time and temp chart is because it uses, between the two types of foods, the chicken and the potatoes, it uses both the flip, the shake and the spray. So it gives you an opportunity to see them in action. So if you head into this time and temp chart, if you head on to the poultry chapter, what we have is the chicken legs. And the chicken legs, for example, recommend a flip. So what we're going to do here is we're going to do the chicken legs like here, and it's a flip. It's 25 minutes, 180 Celsius, 360 Fahrenheit. And then we're also going to use the paper liners for the chicken because it's going to be in the marinade. And then what we're going to do is we're going to head over into the potatoes chapter, and we're going to make some chunky chips. And with those chunky chips, it's 25 minutes at 170 Celsius, that's 340 Fahrenheit. And with these, we shake the air fryer and we spray it. So it's a good opportunity for you to see these three settings in action. And then, of course, we're using the Joule. So what we can do is, considering they use different temperatures, is we can cook the chicken in one drawer and we can do the chips in the other, and we can use the different drawers to be able to set these temperatures so that you're not having to do the food separately and thinking, how do I do this because it's different temperatures. So we're going to show you an example with that. So I think it's just a brilliant example of the kind of thing that you can do with our time and temp chart. And of course, you don't have to flip, shake and spray everything. There's just certain recipes which are better if you do. So now, drawer open, pour in your chips. And of course, we're all about the flip, shake and spray today. So when you are shaking them, just a quick shake like this, it stops them from getting stuck together and it makes it so much easier. So once you're happy with your chips and they're all prepared, you can put that drawer in. And then we're on with focusing all about our chicken. So for the chicken, as we're going to be cooking it on the paper liner, what we can do is we can put the marinade on it whilst it's on the paper liner, and it'll save you on washing up. So get out your other drawer, add your paper liner, and of course you can only fit so much chicken there. I found that 2 chicken legs is perfect for this. So grab out a pack of chicken legs. I'm just going to quickly give my hands a quick wipe because I've just touched raw chicken, and then we can add in some marinade and some other ingredients. So to mix it up with this chicken and chips, what I've gone with is typical medium dry rub for your chips, and then for your chicken I've got a bottle of the Peri Peri lemon and garlic one because I think these are absolutely amazing, and it's my go-to when I go to Nando's. I always get the lemon flavoured chicken, and then usually I have it with the peri peri chips and sometimes some garlic bread as well because the garlic bread's lovely. And when they have the bottles of the marinades on the side to help yourself to, I'm always there at the garlic and herb counter. So what I recommend you do first is you season with your salt and pepper. And then what you can do is you can use a bowl to move your marinade into it, or you can just pour it directly onto your chicken. So I'm going with the pour. So get a bit of a pour on both, making sure that the bottle's not touching the chicken because you don't want raw chicken hands on your bottle. So now what I'm going to go with is I'm just going to get my hands in there and I'm just going to get that marinade everywhere. And then you just want to give it a good flavouring on the chicken. Any bits that have come down, you can just kind of brush that onto your chicken. And then that chicken's ready to go on. I'm just going to give my hands a quick wipe and then a quick dry with the tea towel, and we're ready to set the time and temps. So Shall we make chicken and chips in the air fryer using our air fryer time and temp chart? Turn on your air fryer. You're looking for air fry. And then put the temperature, remember these are the chips in the first drawer, down to 170 Celsius, that's 340 Fahrenheit. And then the cook time up to 25 minutes. And then we're going to do the second drawer. And for the second drawer, air fry button again. And then for temperature, remember this was 180 Celsius, 360 Fahrenheit. And then the cook time was 25 minutes.
Did you know that we have a free air fryer mini course? It runs for 5 days, is delivered by email, covers 5 important air fryer beginner topics and includes a free PDF and free recipes. Simply head over to recipethis.com and search mini course for full details.
So now we're about halfway through our cooking time, which is a good time to get out your tongs. So I'm just looking at it now and we're on 12.5 minutes, so we're roughly halfway. So now this is your chicken and chips so far. Oh wow, they're looking great already. So then let's start with the chips. So all you need to do with the chips is, as you gathered, shake those chips. Give them a good old shaking. Woo! Your whole body literally, it's like when you shake a pan. You know, a lot of people ask me what's it like to shake the air fry. Well, it is exactly that. Get some action there, because what happens is some of the potatoes stick to the bottom, or they stick together in a clump sometimes. So by giving them a quick shake, you can release them just like that. And then of course, put them back on. And then we're going to concentrate on the chicken now. So the chicken, as you know, is all about the flip. So I've got my tongs here, but sometimes you might find it easier to go with your hands, depending on what you're cooking. So grab a piece of chicken, might be a little bit stuck to your drawer, your paper liner or whatever you're using. And then that one's turned over. Now get a good grab on it, and then you've flipped your chicken. I mean, it's most famous for the whole chicken, and some people choose to flip the chicken breast, others don't, but things that are bigger, like your chicken legs and your whole chicken, you really do need to flip them. So once you flip them, season the other side. So you've got your salt, you've got your pepper, and then of course you've got some more marinade. So what I recommend this time is, because you don't want to be getting your hands on a very hot chicken, what you can do is you can use a spoon instead. And then what you can do is you can get yourself a cup or some sort of container that you've got about. Put yourself some marinade in it. I've not got a lot there really. That's how much I've got there. And then what you can do is you can spoon some on, and then you're not getting your hands in there. A bit more on that one, a bit more on the other one, and then just use your spoon as your marinade coater. It's been touched up with new seasonings on the other side. It's ready to go back in, and because you've just paused it, you're not going through the effort of having to set the time and temperature again. So now your chicken and chips, they've had the bit of TLC, they're back on, and then all you really need to do is, closer to the end of the cook time, we need to spray to give the chips that amazing wow factor. But apart from that, that's just how easy it is to do the flip, shake and spray. So we just have just over 4 minutes left on the time and temp. And as you can see, this is the chicken and chips so far. So we're quite happy with the chicken. It's doing its cook on the other side right now, so that's fine. So I'm just going to leave that sat there. But then the chips, I'm going to give them another shake. And then this frees up any that are still a bit stuck. And then I find they stick more using the Ninja type air fryers than they do with the air fryer baskets, just so that you know. And then, of course, we're ready for our spray. So I recommend the spray usually in the last 3 to 4 minutes of cooking time. So you just spray in the tops of the chips with some olive oil spray, and it just helps make them even more crispy. Very much so in the Ninja, just because the chips tend to stick together more there, so they need a bit more TLC. Then give them a shake, back on, and in 4 minutes we can come back and check on how everything's doing. And we've beeped. So that's the chicken beeping, and the chips are just about to beep. There's the chips. And wow, look at that. Chicken and chips in the air fryer, absolutely amazing. And such an amazing demonstration of the flip, shake and spray. Because like I said, you don't need it with every recipe, but it's a very good skill set to have to know when to do it. So I'd noticed that most of the time the potatoes are the ones you shake and spray, along with a few different vegetables as well. It's the meat that you tend to flip as well, so that's a general rule when you're doing it. And sometimes you just think to yourself, well, I've put quite a bit in the air fryer, more than I should have done. I better give it a few more extra shakes so it's not stuck together. But of course it depends on your size of air fryer. Have you checked out Air Fryer Easy Everyday yet? It's our brand new air fryer cookbook, following on from the success of the Complete Air Fryer Cookbook. It has over 140 everyday air fryer recipes for you to follow along with at home in your air fryer. Perfect for different types of air fryers too, as it covers the air fryer oven, basket and dual air fryers, as well as some fun recipes if you're cooking for one. So what you're waiting for? Go and order yourself a copy now and you will not be disappointed. It's from 12 years of air frying. And thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to follow us on Pinterest, Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and of course, you can also find us on TikTok. But best of all, head over to recipethis.com/newsletter to join our weekly newsletter. And I'm Sam, and thanks again for watching.